How's it going, everybody? Jeff Zahler here with Zahler Properties, giving you a June market update and also updating you on the first 6 months of the year. So we actually, if you've been watching this, we've been right in that $300,000 median price range for single family homes for the last 4 or 5 months or so. We actually had an uptick in June, which is great. So June's median sales price was $304,750. That is about 4.5% better than it was last year in June, but we're actually up about $8,000. It was about $296 at the beginning of the year. So we've seen about a 1.8% increase for the first 6 months of the year. For those of you who've been watching me or following me a while, I actually said we're gonna expect probably about a 4% or so, 3 to 5% gain for the year. So right in line with what I was hoping, which is great. The average sales price actually came down last month, but remember, we don't talk about averages much because it fluctuates, but the average was right around $345,000. Still about 4.5% higher than it was last year. Again, no more double digits, right? We're in the single digit area. There are 8,787 homes on the market as of June 30th. Inventory's high, we know that. We've been talking about that constantly. It's actually about 80-something% higher than it was a year ago. But what I like to focus on, since the beginning of the year, we've really only increased our inventory by a few hundred homes, right? So we're staying in this nice range now of homes on the market. That's really good for buyers, that's really good for sellers, and that is actually good for housing prices as we've seen a little bit of an uptick. For median days on the market, we actually had a great month. We actually are down. We were about 23 days on the market, which is fantastic. We started the year at 26 days on the market, so we're selling things a little bit faster. Again, we're now in that summer season, so I would expect it actually to maybe come up just a little bit, but it's a good sign. We were obviously much lower. We were in the teens last year around this time. So we are up year over year, but we're actually down from last month, and we're actually down for the last 6 months, which is great. And then months of inventory, the thing I talk about constantly. We actually were at 3.3 months. That number probably sounds familiar because we've been there before. We're gonna be there again. It was down from 3.5 months from last year. Obviously last month. Obviously last year, we were in that 1.5 to 2, so we were considerably higher. But we've had this range in the last 9 months, if you will, of between 3.1 and 3.5. That's a stable market, people. Stable is good. Other thing I always hear about is the recession is coming, and I wanna do a specific video on the recession. Just know this, we've talked about it before. Not counting this last recession we had 10 years ago, which was the Great Recession that was caused by housing. But if you go behind that, 4 of the last 5 recessions that we had as an economy, the housing market actually went up. It did not go down. Housing in recessions really do not correlate other than the last issue we had. So just remember that. We're in a stable market. Stable is good. We all like stable things, right? We like stable relationships. We like stable economies. Stable housing is great. So that's our 6-month report. That's our June report here. Hope you're doing great. If you have any questions about any of the stats, obviously this is just single family stuff. So if you want specific to your neighborhood or townhomes or condos, let us know. We can put some stats together for you. Until next month, Jeff Zahler, Zahler Properties, sign off. Take care.